Hello kind people of YouTube and welcome back to another video. If there's any weird sound issues or anything, I apologize. I'm in a completely new setting today, everything is a bit different, everything is a bit weird, and I'm actually holding the microphone in my hand while I'm doing this video. But you guys know I'm dedicated to giving you the news, so let's talk about a few stories of the day. And the first big one that everybody is talking about today is Ethereum just pumping like crazy overnight, with some people thinking this might be the beginning of a major market recovery. Now, I personally don't quite think we should be this optimistic, but let's read this article from CCN and then let's talk about it. In the past 24 hours, the Ethereum price has increased from $124 to $141. Analysts foresee a strong short-term recovery ahead as the crypto market shows momentum. I would like to know which analysts they're talking about here. The optimistic price movements of major crypto assets in the likes of Ethereum, EOS, Bitcoin Cash and Binance Coin have come during a period in which the sentiment in the near-term performance of the crypto market has become noticeably gloomy. On February 17th, prior to the recent rally of the crypto market, a cryptocurrency trader with an online alias Main stated that investors cannot remain bear biased solely based on the past performance of the market. We've had some bullish moves on Ether, Bitcoin and altcoins over the last 2 weeks. Is the bear market over? Maybe. The fact of the matter is we are going up. Traders must see PA for what it is and can change bias quickly. If you have been stuck with a bearish lens, you are missing out, he said. Now, I generally agree with this. Throughout the past several months, Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market have shown similar patterns. Bitcoin would endure weeks of stability and plunge by 5 to 10% after. But while the historical performance of crypto assets is a useful reference, it is not a guarantee of future performance. And we don't really need the rest of this article right now. Now, a lot of people are pointing at these price movements at Ethereum going up, and they're saying, look, the markets are turning around, we are entering a new bull market. I think that is very premature. I don't think you can say that based on one day of 10% growth. We have seen similar growth in other major coins. We've even seen the entirety of the markets shoot up like that a couple times this year already, usually to lose most of that again in the coming days and weeks. I think what we are more likely seeing here, because most other coins did not directly follow this movement, is that we are seeing the markets mature, is that we're seeing the markets not necessarily move as one unit anymore, but instead individual coins moving in their own individual patterns. And that is ultimately long-term a good thing for the market, but it postpones any discussion of an actual return to a bull market at this current point. Because there are very few coins that have seen impressive growth the last day, and it really seems to have been Ethereum that is pushing everything, and most of the other coins have barely moved. There is reason to be hopeful though, because we have seen significant increases in daily volume along with this Ether pump. But as you can see even here, most other coins have only moved by like 2 or 3%, Litecoin 1% up, some even in the red. So this is not the entirety of the markets shooting up, this is very much Ethereum and others being ever so slightly dragged along. But let's read this article as well. Following a week of inactive crypto markets, they are finally moving again this Monday. A rally which started a few hours ago has seen daily volumes increase to $26 billion, which marks a new high for 2019. Ethereum is currently driving momentum across markets as it surges 11.5% from $123 this time yesterday to $138 at the time of writing. This has resulted in a market cap increase of almost $1.5 billion as Ether accelerates away from a lackluster XRP. The countdown to Constantinople is largely responsible for the momentum, as network tech upgrades are generally bullish for the token. It has been suggested that the extension of the difficulty bomb will reduce supply reduction timeframe, but at the moment Ethereum is leading the pack. This is pretty much the same reasoning that I also would provide for this pump. We know Constantinople is happening in just a couple days, and you usually see a lot of people buying before a major upgrade like that, buying before any type of fork or technological upgrade. We might see the prices crash back down after Ethereum has actually happened. We have had a history of that. But it is interesting to see the daily volume reach a 2019 high. Of course, this year has only been about 6.5 weeks long at this point. but still 26 billion, that is significantly higher than what we've seen most of the time, when it has been closer to about 10 billion a day. High liquidity in the market like this, high movement in the market like this, can be a good sign, can be a sign that we will see major movement happening soon. The question now is, will the market keep this up for longer than just one day? Continuing on, some interesting XRP news with it being added to a new Visa card. Well, actually the Visa card has been around for a while, but it is now getting XRP, which essentially makes it possible to use XRP in pretty much any store across the globe that accepts credit cards. Gravitating towards lows, crypto asset prices may be stuck in the winter. Luckily, it is localized, and days after announcing their support for Litecoin and Dash, Spend.com now supports XRP. XRP is the native currency of the Ripple ledger. It's actually called the XRP ledger. If anything, this is massive more so in Ripple Inc. eyes. Do you notice how this article is already trying to frame this as something that only Ripple needs to care about, that isn't good for the XRP cryptocurrency as a whole? They're always doing this. But here you see the original tweet from Spend.com. XRP is now available on the Spend app. Buy, sell XRP with your bank account, exchange XRP with all supported assets, spend XRP at 40 plus million locations with the Spend wallet by instantly converting to fiat on the Spend Visa card. Now, I'm talking about this because I love products like this. I absolutely love the idea of credit cards that let you directly use crypto. Now, this isn't quite the mass adoption of crypto that we have been hoping for, because with this you are still paying in fiat, but it is a middle ground solution that lets you use crypto in a bit of a neutered way. You still get to hold your money in crypto, it just gets converted to fiat when you're actually paying. But for the end user, that makes very little difference. The bottom line of this is you can now walk up to the supermarket, to Starbucks, to anywhere you want. You can now buy things on Amazon, essentially with XRP, using this credit card. And there are other cards like this as well, but I'm just very happy that they now added XRP. And that is really all to say about this. Every store that accepts credit cards can now accept XRP, or rather does now accept XRP through this Spend Visa card. There are other cards like this, but this is one of the biggest on the market, and I'm very happy to see them adopt XRP as one possibility, and I think we'll see more and more of this in the future before we are moving over to stores just natively accepting crypto, hopefully also with credit card formats like that. But this is the middle ground solution that we will have before proper mass adoption, and it's very good to see XRP added to a major credit card like this. I have to consider getting one. This is actually pretty great. And last but not least, and this could actually be really big for actual mainstream adoption, in Japan at least, Rakuten, one of the biggest tech companies in Japan, one of the most important companies in Japan, is getting a new payment app ready, and while we don't have official statements about it, it appears it will accept and support crypto. Japanese e-commerce firm Rakuten announced that a major update of its Rakuten Pay mobile app will be released on March 18th, according to the firm's 2018 earnings release published on February 12th. The app's new structure appears to indicate that it will support cryptocurrency payments in addition to fiat. According to the company's presentation material for the fourth quarter and the full year of 2018, the new version of the app will feature all payment solutions embedded into one platform. And of course, all payment solutions probably means crypto. As Cointelegraph reported in January and the recent materials confirm, Rakuten, known informally as Japan's Amazon, nobody calls it that, you just call it Rakuten. If you know anything about the tech world or about Japan, you know Rakuten and you just call it Rakuten. I don't know what the obsession is with calling all non-American companies, like, that and that country's that and that company. No, they're their own entities. Let's stop that. That's a very, American-centric way of looking at the world. Let's stop that bullshit. Anyway, sorry for cursing, I don't try to. The restructured company includes the firm's cryptocurrency exchange Everybody's Bitcoin as part of a newly established payment subsidiary, Rakuten Payment. The payment subsidiary, which was previously its loyalty subsidiary under the name Spotlight, will also include the corporation's prepaid card service Rakuten Eddy. The firm's earnings release specifies that Eddy will be supported in the updated app and also indicates support for QR code payments. Now, what does QR code payment sound like? That sounds like crypto to me. Though the app update does not explicitly note crypto support, the company's specification that all payment solutions will be supported on the platform implies support for crypto payments as part of its subsidiary Rakuten Payment. Rakuten acquired Japanese crypto exchange Everybody's Bitcoin in August 2018 in a $2.4 million deal. At the time, company representatives reported that the firm was considering entry into the cryptocurrency exchange industry, as it believes the role of cryptocurrency-based payments in e-commerce, offline retail, and in peer-to-peer payments will grow in the future. That is essentially all we need to read here. So we know that there's an upgrade for the app coming, and the Rakuten Pay mobile app, that is pretty big in Japan. That has wide-reaching support. We know an upgrade is coming. We know they want to integrate all their payment methods in it. And we know they own a crypto exchange and that the app will support QR code payments. Now, if this doesn't scream crypto support, I don't know what we are supposed to read from this. This could be a big move for crypto in Japan. Japan has been pretty much rushing towards mainstream crypto adoption for a while now, with some major e-commerce companies, with some major tech companies supporting crypto in pretty big ways, with big banks getting on crypto, supporting XRP in particular, but also a lot of Bitcoin support. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff coming out of Japan in the next couple of years, and hopefully they will loosen regulation a bit to ensure that all of that will run smoothly. But this could be one more big step in making crypto payments mainstream in Japan, because everybody knows Rakuten and a lot of people use Rakuten Pay and a lot of stores accept Rakuten Pay. So if they can integrate crypto in there, that would be absolutely fantastic. And with that, I'm already going to end today's video. Sorry it's a short one again, but I am very busy the last couple of days. But I always tell you guys, I try to get the news out there, even if sometimes it has to be shorter videos, or if the frequency of the video suffers from it. I do try to keep you guys informed. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you want to read any of these articles yourself, the links will be in the description. If you want to follow me on social media, the links will also be in the description. And if you want to support the channel, you can do that through Patreon, where you get some perks as well, or you can do it through one-time donations. All the information also in the description. Thank you for watching, and I will be back with another video, hopefully tomorrow.